Discipline is not exciting. Nobody claps when you get up early. Nobody throws a party when you choose water over soda or a book over the TV. And yet every person who has ever accomplished anything worth remembering has walked this invisible bridge: discipline. You see, a goal without discipline is nothing more than a wish, a fantasy. It floats in your mind like a balloon, but it never touches the ground. It never becomes real. Discipline is what turns a dream into a system and a system into a result. Let me tell you something, guys. Motivation can start a journey, but only discipline completes it. Motivation is the firework. Discipline is the fuel truck. People say they want success, they want change, they want more, but they want it while still living like less. They want the reward without the resistance. And that's not how life works. Life only responds to those who are willing to pay in advance, and the currency is discipline. So ask yourself, have you been trying to fly without building a runway? Have you been dreaming without doing? If so, that's where the frustration comes from. That's where the anxiety builds, because your goals are waiting, but they can't cross over until you build the bridge. And that bridge, my friend, is built one disciplined action at a time. Everybody dreams. That's the easy part. It doesn't cost a penny to imagine a better life, a stronger body, a thriving business, or a deeper relationship. Dreams are free. And that's why most people get stuck there. They stay in the imagination zone forever. But reality only respects what you build, not what you think. And to build anything that matters, you pay a price. That price is called discipline. It's what makes you get up when your mind wants comfort. It's what makes you write one more page when nobody is watching. It's what makes you say no when everything inside you wants to say yes. Discipline is the tax on greatness, and people avoid it because it's quiet. There's no instant reward. There's no applause. But what they don't realize is that discipline is compounding. Every day you practice it, it grows in value. It builds equity in your character. It builds credit with your future. So the next time you're excited about a dream, ask yourself, are you ready to pay the fee? Are you willing to trade momentary comfort for lasting pride? If not, then the dream will remain just that, a dream. Too many people treat discipline like it's something you're born with. Oh, he's just naturally disciplined. No, he's not. He decided. He chose it. Repeatedly. Discipline isn't a gift. It's a choice you renew every day. And it's uncomfortable because it goes against what your body and brain want in the short term. They want ease now, but your spirit, your vision, they want legacy. You're not weak. You're not lazy. You've just been trained to think comfort equals happiness. But real happiness, that comes from following through. From doing what you said you would, long after the mood you said it in has faded. Jim Rohn said, we must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. You get to choose which pain you carry. One pain makes you stronger, the other makes you bitter. Discipline isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing the next right thing, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. So stop waiting to feel ready. Just decide. Time is neutral. It doesn't care what you do with it. It keeps ticking, whether you waste it or use it. The difference between someone who succeeds and someone who stays stuck, how they treat their hours. Discipline is the great converter. It turns 10 minutes into mastery, an hour into results, a month into transformation. Undisciplined people lose time like sand slipping through their fingers. Disciplined people squeeze every drop of value from the same 24 hours. You don't need more time, yeah? You need more intention. Discipline helps you direct your time like a laser, not a flashlight. It sharpens your focus. It cancels distraction. It builds consistency. And consistency is how bricks become buildings. So the next time you say, I don't have time, ask instead, am I disciplined with the time I already have? Because the clock doesn't give second chances. But discipline can redeem the time you once lost by making today count. One of the biggest lies people believe is that discipline means giant leaps. No, it means tiny, consistent steps taken every day without excuse. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for full confidence. Start with what you've got, where you are. Make your bed. Drink water. Write one paragraph. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. These small disciplines don't just build results, they build identity. You're telling yourself, I'm the kind of person who follows through, and that identity becomes armor. When storms come, and they will, you've got habits to hold you steady. Small doesn't mean weak. It means sustainable. Discipline is like compound interest. You don't see it instantly, but stay at it for weeks, months, years, and you'll wake up with a life you barely recognize. So start small, but stay relentless. We've all felt inspired at some point. A great quote, a powerful video, a dream so vivid it almost felt real. But let me tell you something, my friend. Inspiration without discipline is just a momentary high. It'll fade, it'll vanish, and then you're left with the same unchanged life. Discipline is what transforms that spark into a fire. It takes the dream and makes it a plan. It takes the plan and breaks it into daily action. And it takes daily action and builds momentum brick by brick into a new reality. The most successful people aren't the most inspired. They're the most disciplined with their inspiration. They don't just feel something, they do something. You've got potential, maybe more than most. You've got talent, creativity, imagination. But let me ask you something. What good is talent if it sleeps in late? What good is potential if it never shows up on time? What good is a gift if it's not trained, refined, and sharpened? Discipline is what gives talent a direction. It gives it endurance. Without discipline, talent burns bright for a moment, then fizzles out like a spark in the wind. The world is filled with wasted talent, but it never forgets the ones who paired their gifts with relentless, boring, consistent daily effort. That's how legends are made, not just by talent, but by self-control. Most people don't fear someone with a loud mouth. They fear the one who moves in silence, works while others rest, prepares while others procrastinate, and then executes with laser focus. Discipline makes you sharp. It makes you intentional. It makes you someone who doesn't flinch in front of pressure because you've already faced yourself in quiet rooms, early mornings, and long nights. When you are disciplined, your habits become weapons. Your consistency becomes a reputation, and your results, they speak louder than any speech ever could. Don't aim to be impressive. Aim to be disciplined. That's what makes you unstoppable. What separates the top 1% from everyone else? It's not always intelligence, not always skill. It's the willingness to do what others won't, consistently. It's easy to be motivated for a week, maybe a month, but what happens on day 47 when no one's watching? What happens when it gets boring? Hard? Repetitive? That's where the crowd thins out. That's where discipline steps in. And that's where separation begins. The discipline keeps showing up when others stop. They build quietly, stack victories daily, and before long, they're so far ahead, the competition can't even see them anymore. Every time you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to another. That's the cost of time. Discipline teaches you to say no to what's easy, distracting, or convenient, so you can say yes to what builds you. Say no to sleeping in, and yes to starting strong. Say no to gossip, and yes to growth. Say no to procrastination, and yes to progress. Every disciplined no is a vote for your future self. It's a brick laid on the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. The stronger your no, the clearer your yes. If you don't develop discipline, something else will run your life. Maybe your habits, maybe your fears, maybe the loudest voice around you. And that's a dangerous way to live, reacting instead of creating, following instead of leading. Discipline is self-leadership. It's the ability to command yourself even when no one's watching, no one's rewarding, and no one's reminding. Because if you don't master yourself, life has a way of assigning a master to you, and you may not like who or what that turns out to be. The undisciplined become slaves to their circumstances. The disciplined become architects of their reality. People think confidence comes first, but it doesn't. It's discipline that breeds confidence. When you consistently do the things you said you would do, even when it's hard, even when no one claps, you start to trust yourself. You begin to walk differently, talk differently, not with arrogance, but with quiet assurance, because you've seen yourself follow through. No one becomes confident through comfort. They become confident through fire. And discipline is how you survive that fire. Discipline is boring in the moment, but it's magical over time. A single workout won't change your body. A single early morning won't change your life. But stack 100, 200, 1,000 of those small disciplined acts, Now you've built a fortress. Most people quit because they can't see results in 10 days. But discipline isn't a 10-day strategy. It's a lifestyle. And like compound interest, it builds quietly until one day it explodes with reward. A goal you don't act on becomes a burden. It weighs you down. Every time you look at it and do nothing, you feel smaller. That's not growth. That's slow internal decay. Discipline clears that weight. Every action, every step forward, no matter how small, lifts you. Because now you're not just a dreamer, you're a doer, and doers sleep better. Doers look themselves in the mirror with pride. The pain of discipline is light. The pain of regret, that one's heavy. Discipline gets a bad reputation. People think it's punishment, restriction, misery. But really, discipline is truth in motion. It's saying, if I keep doing this, I'll get there. If I don't, I won't. No illusions, no shortcuts, no drama, just truth. And truth is the ultimate kindness because it saves you from wasting your life chasing fantasies with no foundation. Discipline doesn't hurt you. It protects you from laziness, from excuses, from mediocrity. Everyone's looking for secrets, for hacks, for shortcuts. But here's the truth. Success isn't hidden in some secret formula. It's hiding in repetition. In the boring, consistent execution of the basics. Discipline is what makes repetition possible. Anyone can do it once, but can you do it daily? Can you repeat what works, even when it's no longer exciting? Winners don't win once, they win repeatedly, because discipline made them reliable. It's easy to be disciplined when life is easy, but what about when you're tired, frustrated, discouraged? That's where most people fold. That's where average people quit. But that's also where excellence is born. When you act with discipline, even when motivation is dead, that's when the inner muscle builds. That's when you separate yourself. So next time you feel like quitting, don't. That exact moment, that's your test. Pass it, and you rise. Discipline isn't loud. It's not glamorous. It's waking up when the world sleeps. It's saying no when everyone else says yes. It's studying when others scroll. It's choosing to rise when no one is watching. And yet, all those quiet hours, they echo into your future. The world only sees the results. But those results were crafted in secret, by discipline, day by day. Your real life, the one you want, is being built in the dark. Keep building. It sounds like a paradox, doesn't it? Discipline and freedom. But it's real. The most disciplined people are the most free, financially, physically, mentally. Why? Because discipline gives you options. It creates space. You say no to 10 things so you can say yes to the one that matters. Undisciplined people are slaves to every whim, every craving, every distraction. That's not freedom. That's chaos. Discipline limits your present so you can expand your future. You know your goals. You know what you want, but you won't fly to them. You won't teleport. You'll walk. And the bridge, that daily walk, that's discipline. Every morning you get up and take a step. You reinforce the bridge. Every time you follow through when it's hard, you lay another plank. Eventually you'll look back and realize the bridge carried you. Not luck, not magic, just steady, faithful, disciplined effort over time. And that is how goals become accomplishments.